father cornered me in the hallway outside the bridal suite, his face inches from mine as he waved the scholarship contract like a weapon. "You will smile, you will be a bridesmaid, and you will give the speech Sarah wrote for you," he hissed, his cologne suffocating in the narrow space. Through the partially open door behind him, I could see my sister Sarah in her pristine white gown, laughing with her bridesmaids while her hand rested protectively over her barely visible baby bump. The same hand that had texted my boyfriend Jake 2 years ago with photos I had found only months later. "If you ruin this day, I cancel your scholarship tomorrow. Do you understand me?" I looked past him into that room where Sarah glowed with her stolen happiness, where my former best friend Emma fixed Sarah's veil with trembling hands because she knew what Sarah had done to me, where my mother pretended not to see me standing in the hallway being threatened. Jake's baby. The thought still made my stomach turn. I had loved him for 3 years, introduced him to my family, believed his promises about our future together. Then Sarah decided she wanted him, and my father decided her happiness mattered more than mine. I reached into my clutch and pulled out my phone, scrolling to the folder I had labeled Insurance 6 months ago, when I first discovered Jake's messages to Sarah. "I understand perfectly, Dad," I said, meeting his eyes with a calmness that made him blink. "I'll be the perfect bridesmaid. I'll smile for every photo, and I'll give a speech everyone will remember." The wedding venue was everything Sarah had dreamed of since we were children playing bride in our backyard. Crystal chandeliers hung from vaulted ceilings, white roses cascaded down every surface, and 300 guests filled the pews in designer clothes and forced smiles. I stood at the altar in the pale pink bridesmaid dress Sarah had chosen specifically because it washed out my complexion, holding a bouquet of peonies that matched hers exactly. My father sat in the front row beside my mother, his eyes boring into me with a warning that had worked for 22 years. "Be good, be quiet, be invisible next to your golden sister." Jake stood at the altar in his custom tuxedo, the same one he had described to me 2 years ago when we talked about our future wedding. "Something classic," he had said while we lay in my dorm room, his fingers tracing patterns on my shoulder. "Nothing too flashy, just us and the people we love." Now he smiled at Sarah like she was the only person in the room, like I had never existed, like those 3 years meant nothing. The priest's voice droned on about love and commitment and forever, words that tasted like ash in my mouth. When the priest asked if anyone had any objections to this union, the traditional silence fell over the crowd. I felt my father's glare intensify, felt my mother's hand grip the pew in front of her. Sarah's smile was radiant, confident in her victory. This was her moment, the culmination of 2 years of calculated manipulation and family pressure. She had taken everything from me and expected me to stand here and watch her triumph. I stood up, my phone already in my hand, my voice clear in the sudden shocked silence.
Scan the QR code to download TikTok. The subsequent story endings are explosive and full of hidden surprises waiting for you. You can also get rewards by creating a new account.